Hey guys, Glockster42. I hope everyone's doing well. You're getting some model building done. You're getting ready to go trick-or-treating with your kids for Halloween. So happy Halloween, everybody. The snow is all melted. It's about 8 degrees out here and it's beautiful and we're all ready to roll here. So I hope you guys are. Have a great Halloween. But in the meantime, I figured I'll get my final update here on this Israeli M1 Super Sherman. Ooh, final update. That sounds so serious and so final. But anyway, this says this is going in a diorama. I've got it all planned. I just have to get the second vehicle done. I've built just about everything. I finished halfway done an airplane here. So here in a hopefully day or two, we'll get an airplane posted up for you guys to look at. Yeah, something different for me. So anyway, there you go. There's the Tamiya M1 Super Sherman. Well, it's not really super. It's just an M1 Sherman. This would be a good kit as an Israeli tank or a late war Allied tank for the Second World War with the vertical suspension. Now these were purchased from France in the mid-50s and upgraded engines, all that kind of good stuff. So I went for a different color paint, as I mentioned before. I went for a French khaki instead of the regular US olive drab or the British bronze green. I just want to do a little bit something different. I really like the color on it, and these green tanks really take desert weathering well. So the whole thing is pretty much box stock, other than we added some texture and some grind marks to the turret and to the hull. And we added quite a bit of milliput storage on the back, some bed rolls and some tarps and a couple of crates and all that kind of stuff. The boxes, I don't even remember where they're from. They're from an old Italieri kit, and the bed rolls and stuff I whipped up from milliput. I'm quite happy with the way they turned out. All the dust effects are all from the Tamiya Weathering Master series, which is basically a solid pigment that you put it on with a little sponge applicator. It works really well. I'd highly recommend that, guys. I think I showed it in a previous video in the second update of this kit. If you find that stuff, it works out really, really well. I quite like it. You know, I bitched and moaned quite a bit about this tank for Tamiya. You know, there's some real bad fit issues in here. The decals are very thick. It takes a lot of really strong decal set solution for them to snuggle down. The figures aren't all that well done compared to what a person's used to with Tamiya. But I think ultimately, in the end, the best way to judge how the model is do you like it when it's done? And I like this one. I really like the way it turned out. I especially like doing dark colored tanks, European colors, and put them in the desert because you can get such a nice strong weather effect on them, and they just look so vibrant, and they just jump right out at you. So as you can see, Tamiya did include a couple of figures here. Now they're better works, but you know what? Mediocre figures are a darn sight better than no figures at all, I say. This one came out. The one tanker's wearing, the commander's wearing a beret, and the loader's wearing a Soviet style helmet. I think pretty much in the mid-50s the Israelis were pretty much taking and using whatever they could get, and you know, who can blame them? So I did up their uniforms in a US field drab, which is kind of a dark khaki color, and it turned out well. I like the way the figures turned out. You know, faces, well, a person can always work better on the faces, but you know, faces and figures are for me always a work in progress, and I figure the day I say I've mastered figures will pretty much be the day I retire from building models, because I don't know if you ever get master figures. They're always a work in progress for most of us. There are a few phenoms that can just knock out a face and a figure in a matter of, you know, an hour or so. These took me about almost an hour and a half each, but I'm happy with the way they turned out. So guys, I hope you like it, and like I always say, you know, make sure you have fun building models, but remember, for the most of us, it's just a hobby, and your wife and family comes first, and your health comes first. Make sure you hit that treadmill, go for a walk, get some exercise, live a good life, and keep yourself healthy, because I hate to say it, from what I've seen a lot of modelers my age, well, we're packing a few pounds. And the last thing you need to do is, you know, diabetes, heart disease, heart attack. And modeling is a pretty sedentary hobby, so you really have to make sure you get out and do things. Alright, that's enough of my preaching the gospel. I guess I've made some pretty radical lifestyle changes in the last 9 months. I lost about 50 pounds, cut out 99% of my carbs and just about all the booze, except when I go hunting. And even then I was like, oh man, 2 beer, really? 2 drinks, that's all I can do? Oh man. So anyway guys, be healthy, have fun, build models, and have a very happy Halloween. I'll follow this up with a quick little slideshow, so stay tuned guys, there's going to be some stills. Thanks for watching, later.